So basically the topic, building the strength to the organization. So building the strength to the organization is very, very important. Basically to the any organization, whether it is the seed supply chain or ware supply chain, processing supply chain, strength building is very important to develop and sustain the seed, to maintain the quality, manage the change in the business environment, particularly when demand from the processing industry is growing, new variety, climate change, add the efficiencies and cut the losses. So to manage all these things, the building strength is very, very important to the any organization. Today, Technico is the leader in the seed production, and the grass looks green, but it is not the green. When we started this business in 2001, that time it was different environment in the industry. The total production of the country was 20 million. The seed requirement was 200,000. And the CPRI government agency was the only agency who produced almost 1,600 ton seed. So it is a long gap. 200,000 ton was the demand and total production of 1,600 ton of the breeder seed. But no corporate have the dare to enter in this business because the market was so volatile. Sometimes potato rate goes to 20 rupees kg, sometimes it goes to the 2 rupees kg. So nobody took the decision to enter in this business. And there was a huge problem. CPRI was the agency, but their breeder seed to foundation seed system is not working well because the state government does not have any resources, does not have the farm to multiply it further for the foundation 1, foundation 2. But in 2002, it was the Birla Group who do the joint venture with an Australian company, Technico, and we start this thing. But initially issue was the seed production was from the selection system only, which was very, very slow. Later on, few organizations started the mini tuber production, and finally the entire industry shift to the fast multiplication sector. But initially what Technico faced the problem, there's no good availability of the basic seed except the CPRI. Then skill was the big problem because when we started the business, we inducted the agronomists, but they don't want to make their hand dirty into the soil, which was the biggest problem. When we invited the global agronomists, they have the spade with Fauda spray machine, they know how to run the tractor, they know everything. But our Indian agronomists, they just come from the university, did not know anything. And I asked the question to many people, you belong to the farmer family, you did the MSc, have you do the agriculture, the farming? No, I never gone to my farm, my father is not invited. But thanks to the global community, particularly the global agronomists, we engaged to start this business. They trained to the Indian people. And I proudly say today we have the best agronomists in our country. There's a lot of agronomists we developed in this industry. Then we don't have the bigger infrastructure. I remember my lecture, I give the first lecture in 2001 in the Jalandhar industry. And I say, do you have the air exchange system? And everybody is laughing upon me. Then what is this air exchange in the industry? Why the air exchange need to keep the potato quality? My electricity bill will go high. I should not change it. But today you see the entire industry, the entire India have the air exchange system. So that's the fantastic journey. The biggest challenge was people know the CPRI can only produce the seed. So when we produce the G1 or G2 seed and we went to the market, then farmers say, how a private company can produce the seed? No, you can't. The seed production is the government job, is the CPRI job. So the production of the G1 or G2 seed, the initially cost was 60, 70 rupees kg. We offer to the farmer, but they refuse. No, you cannot produce the good quality seed. But we give the sample free of cost. They saw the performance in next 2 years and they say, wow, what a quality of the seed. Initially, Mr. Birla put the 100 crore rupee in this business. We eaten up within 5 years. We did not have the salary. Then Mr. Birla came to the company. They say, you lost all the equity, 100 crore rupees. Do you have the good people? Yes. Do you have the good technology? Yes. Then potato is the third largest crop. So don't worry, I am going to give them more money. So he put again 40 crore rupees in this business. Today it is looking the lucrative business to all the industry, and lot of people are thinking to start the seed business. But it is not the easy business. It is a very, very tough business, and initially we face lot of issue here. So what we did initially, basically, we put up the facility, which is the first requirement. So we put up the facility in 1999, and the total capacity was 16 million. But today the Technico capacity is the 100 million. We have the world's largest mini tuber producer. So we did in last 25 years, which was the basic requirement. Secondly, the resource was very problem. We inducted the MSc Agriculture, but they were not the good agronomists. So we trained them, and today it looks very nice when we see the entire industry having the few agronomists from the Technico, and this country have fantastic resources and agronomists. Then suitable farm was the big problem. When we started, there was one thing that Punjab can only produce seed. Punjab can only produce the seed. So unless until this industry was growing up to 10,000 acre, 20,000 acre, it is all right. But when industry growing, because today the Technico itself is growing more than 20,000 acre, then we start experimenting in the different state. We went to the UP, we went to the Haryana, we went to the West Bengal, and finally we opened the area. And today the UP seed is also equally good. And people, particularly for the UP, they ask, we will get the seed from the UP because we don't want to spend the more money in the transport from here. When this program become larger, when we cross the 10,000 acre, then traceability was the issue, because if we think there is a problem in the field, then how we can trace it back. Then we started from the multiple agencies. We started from frontal range in 2010, and finally they could not give the solution. So we jumped to the ITC, because ITC is also having the IT company. Then we built up the traceability system in the country. Then crop audit was a problem. So CPRI did lot of help initially. The scientists came, then we request to the retired people from there. And basically they help us to crop audit. But when we crossed the area 15,000 acres, then it was a problem. So we developed our own third party system, which is auditing our crop. Now come to the R&D. The people think the seed production is different and the R&D is the different thing, but it is an integrated thing. If any organization does not have the very strong R&D or mindset of the R&D, they cannot produce the good quality seed. You know why the variety development is the one thing, but the biggest thing, this business have challenge every year. The insect dynamics change every year. Some disease comes. So there should be a R&D team who can anticipate what are the problems we are going to face next year. What are the problems we are going to face in next 10 years. So it is the duty of the R&D, which basically identify the future challenges, short-term challenges, long-term challenges, and also help to meet out the industry demand as far as new variety is concerned. So it is a integrated efforts. Now come to the seed production. We started from the 5 farmers. Our first farmer is sitting there, Mr. Singh. We started with him only, with the 70 acres. Today we are growing with the more than 2,500 farmers, more than 20,000 acre area. So it is the proud journey in last 20 years. We have 1,000 acres in the corporate farm, which is the big thing. So we have about 20-25 site in the North India. Then we have the subject matter specialists, the post-harvesting team. Farmer base is also widened. We reached from 75 acre to 22,000 acre. We started new seed production area. Lot of farmer, we built up the traceability system and the crop audit. Then the risk management, but because climate is all these things. So how we build up slowly, I'll come to the next slide. Basically, if you see the here R&D, I say R&D is the base. So what we started, basically, this country has 16 agro-climatic zone, and the requirement of the variety is different for all the agro-climatic zone. So our team went to the all small area. We did the survey, what is the requirement. Then we made the requirement. We coordinate with the different breeders. This is the variety we require for the North Bengal, we require for the South Bengal, we require for the Central India. And now we have requested and given the assignment to all the global breeders, including the CPRI. I think we should develop the variety, we should breed the variety for those region. And this is how we basically integrated the R&D with the different global breeders. Now this is up R&D. Basically, if any variety is coming to India, it takes about 1 year for the government clearance and all these things. Then it requires 1.5 years to develop the mini tuber. And then it takes this 6 to 7 years. So to import the variety and launch the variety, it is a 10-year time span basically. 2 years we run the preliminary test, 2 years we run the commercial test, and the 5th year we go for the large trial with the big farmers, and 6th or 7th year we launch the variety. But what we have seen it in my experience, we launched good variety. In last 10 years, we launched 6-7 variety. But these are the failed variety. And the same thing happened with the CPRI also. CPRI launched Chipsona 1 in 1998, but it was a miserably failure till 2003 and 4 because nitrogen requirement different, potassium requirement was different. It required 120 days. Same thing happened with us also. So finally we decided that before launching the variety, there should be a R&D team who can teach to the farmer, who can conduct lot of the demo among the farmer, how to grow this variety. Because unless until you will not pick up, you will not hold the farmer hand, the variety is not going to be success. It is like a kids. So one has to care very carefully initially, then only the variety can become the successful in the country. Otherwise, despite having the good potential, lot of failure variety in this country. And farmer is the best trainer basically. There are certain variety we release, we stop it because sales team say this is not the good variety, but farmer tasted it interest, and 5 years they come back, please give this variety. And then we relaunch that variety, and today we are selling the good volume of those variety. Now climate change is the big threat to the country. It is not to the country. I was talking to my global friend from last 2 days. Climate change is the big challenge to everywhere. We are working with the multiple agency. We are working with the US startup. They are one of the best in the forecasting the climate. So they forecast up to 2070 what is going to be happen to India and other part of the world. So as per their forecast or their predictions, up to 2030, this is going to be happen in India. The UP and Punjab and Haryana will not have the much impact, but the mostly state is going to be suffer the Madhya Pradesh and the Gujarat. They will have 10 to 15% lower production. West Bengal, Assam is also going to be affected. Their production is going to be down by 2 to 3% in next 6 to 7 years. This is the production from the climate base. But at the same time, we are having the good quality variety. The farmer is also learning every day. There is the new technology. So the new technology, new variety, robust variety can compensate up to certain extent. But this is going to be happen. And those who are the temperate country having the frosting, the climate change may have the positive impact of those countries basically. Depending on the climate assessment, we also internally devise the system in our country. What are the chronological stage to the crop and what are the effect which we can have in the different stage of the plant. Say for example, heat. If there is a heat problem, if temperature is high, then we will have a maximum impact on the planting type. Vegetative growth we don't have. So we divide the risk in the different category with the chronological age of the plant, and then we develop the tool for this particular effect, how we can minimize. So we have the toolkit for each and every stage to minimize our losses. Say for example, if we got the forecast in the October this year temperature is going to be increased by 2 degrees, then how we can do it? So say for example, I request to the farmer to increase the bed width. If you are growing in the 26 inch bed, better you make the 28 inch. So the bigger bed does not have too much heat impact, and the irrigation is also very good. So according to the all risk, we develop the toolkit, and basically we train to all the farmers how to minimize the risk from the different categories. Now come to the crop monitoring and traceability. Traceability, say for example, if initially the irrigation was also important, so we start using the tensiometer in 2001. But today we are using a lot of the soil sensors which tell us what is going to be happen in the soil, because moisture is very, very critical to the potato crop. Now we gone to the ITC internally, we sit to the technical team and IT team together, and we develop the two parts. The first part is the ITC Mars, which is the crop monitoring. So in the crop monitoring, we have all the data to the farmers, how many farmers, which village, which are the variety, how many fields, which generation, and feed all the data, how much the virus percentage, what is the blight impact, how the germination. We have all the impact. So it is a real-time support to the farmer. And the second part is the Samvad. So Samvad is the two-way communication with the farmers. So if farmer have any problem, they can raise the alarm, they can send the voice message, they can send the video, or they can just write on the system. It is only a mobile. Every farmer have the mobile and this ITC Samvad map. So if farmer is facing any problem, he send the video, it will come to the concerned agronomist. And it is the duty of concerned agronomist who can respond to the farmer within 24 hours. If he will not respond in 24 hours, it come to me in the next day. And when I reach to my office, I see all the problems. The farmer raised this issue and my agronomists have not responded from last 24 hours. Then we responded at our end. So it's a beautiful system and traceability and crop monitoring, the big support to the farmers. Then it is the climate eye. So what we did basically, we have the weather forecasting system also. We set up all weather station in every 40-kilometer area. Mr. Saundar is mentioning yesterday in the lecture what they did basically. Basically, we are also doing the same thing. So what we do, our weather station, climate AI forecast for next 10 years and for 1 week. And then we develop the parser in the climate AI. And then we link the climate AI data with the ITC Mars. So if something going to be happen after 10 days, thus we got the parser from the climate AI and it goes to the ITC Mars and message flash to each and every farmers ki after 10 days in particular area, in particular village, is blight going to be impact or the high temperature is going to be impact. Then we give the advice and farmers start to protect their crop. So this is how we develop all strength basically. We are also working on the soil health. What we have observed from last 20 years, there's a lot of problem in the soil because people are using potassium fertilizer. So the EC is increasing, pH increasing. So what we did, we suggested the farmer to incorporate the paddy straw into the soil. And at the same time, we took the sample. We divided the entire production zone in more than 300 pockets. We used to collect the sample every year. We go for the soil testing and then we recommend the different thing like a gypsum, farmyard manure. And next year we collect the sample from those pockets and then we compare how the pH and the EC is changing. So I'm happy to share with you from 73% area in last 3 efforts, the pH comes down about 0.2 to 0.3%. And so EC also. But somehow in 22% area there's no change. In 2% area some increase also. But it is a positive things. And we are working for the future of the country and future to save the soil also. We also working on the infrastructure development. When we started in 2001, there was cold storage. It is like a store only. There is no exchange, nothing. But today, we are working with so many progressive cold storage. We have all the modern system. We developed the app where we are monitoring each and every cold store temperature, humidity, and all these things. And we have the display board in our office. We set up the big TVs. We see the temperature, humidity in all the cold storage. And if it crosses the limit, then SMS goes to the concerned cold store owner and our logistic officer also. We correct it. Now we are feeling a big threat how to dispatch quickly. So we are working on the different model of the grading machine. This is the machine we developed by my friend, Mr. Gurmeet Singh. He's an engineer. He's the owner of the Frick India earlier. He set up the cold store. Gurmeet ji is sitting there. So myself and Gurmeet, child brain, very small machine, it took only 2 lakh rupees and dry almost 1000 bag in 7 to 8 hours. So we can set up 2-3 unit in a one machine. It is a vertical machine. So if you have a limitation in the infrastructure, then this machine goes like this. The capacity of this machine is 25 ton per hour. So if you have the 15,000 square feet of the shed, you can dispatch 150 ton from one place. We also developed the different, it is the horizontal grading machine and drying machine. So now we are changing to the industry how we can increase the temperature within the chamber, finish the condensation within chamber only, and then run your material to the drying machine. So we are increasing, we are building the capacity in the dispatches. Today, 5 years back, if we can dispatch only 20 ton from one cold storage, today we develop the capacity to develop the 70 to 80 or 100 ton from the same infrastructure and location. So this is what we done basically. We done a lot of things. So this is how it is a journey. It was a wonderful journey. We had a lot of challenge, but we enjoyed also to this journey. Thank you very much to listen me patiently. Thank you.